Killers with all these things that I've done on 101.5. I'm Lindsay with an A, and joining me in the studio now is Mark Dickson with Simple Power, a new division of Kelly Brothers Painting. And good morning, Mark. How are you?
Great. Thank you, Lindsay.
We're glad to have you here because you're doing something pretty cool as part of Kelly Brothers Painting, new division, Simple Power. What do you guys do?
We are trying to educate the local community here on the merits of having solar energy and renewable energy. And then if they decide that's the way they want to go, we're gonna help them do that.
And so explain solar energy. We all imagine solar panels. Is that what you guys do?
That's right. Yeah, we're harnessing the sun's energy as it comes down. It's gonna come down onto our solar panels, which is either usually on your roof or in your yard. Taking that, and we're gonna take that power and convert it into or invert it into energy that can be used on the power grid or in your house. So your loads in your house will be powered from that energy. If you're not using those loads, it'll go back out onto the power grid, and that's where the utility company will be crediting you for that power that you're producing.
So I would imagine this would help save on your energy bills?
Absolutely. Everybody's goal is to get that zero bill. So that's what we try to head towards. Not everybody can afford that write-off, so sometimes we'll do a system that'll maybe offset 50%, and then, in the future we'll add to it, or maybe they can start conserving a little bit in their house to get down to that zero bill too.
So when you go to a home and you're looking to install solar panels, do you just automatically put 6 on top of the roof, or do you sit down with them and figure out what they use?
No, it's always kind of a collaborative process with the owners. We sit down, take a look at their last sale, take a look at their power bill. That's usually the first place we start, and then it kind of comes down to their budget, and then also what will fit on the roof too. So the one thing we don't want to do is put a system that's larger up there, because unfortunately the power companies right now won't pay us for that extra produce. But again, we're just trying to get to that zero bill, and that's the best we can do right now. So.
And then what about cost? Because we all know that it does take a little bit of money up front to put the solar panels on. How long does it take people to recoup those costs?
Well, luckily, over the past 4 years or so, the cost of solar has dropped about 75%. So that alone has really brought it down to something more that we can chew on. But also with some of these rebates that we have now, especially with the Tahoe Donner PUD for Truckee residents, they're offering almost a $9,000 rebate. Oh. So that right there pays for about half of the system. Then, of course, we have the 30% federal tax credit, which pays for another 30%. So usually the homeowner's left paying about 20% of the cost of the system. The payoff on that we've seen is around 3 to 4 years. So after that 3 to 4 years, the system's paid off and up there and making power for you.
And what about this area? I would imagine it's got to be pretty good for solar use.
It's actually it's incredible up here. A lot of people don't think that, think of it as a ski place and a lot of clouds and a lot of snow, but we have quite a bit of sun. And one thing too about the solar panels is they like to be cold. So the colder they are, the more efficient they are, the more power they produce. So with that and all the sun we have up here, we have actually a pretty great spot.
And why do solar panels like to be cold? I never heard that before.
Well, so it's all about the electricity inside. The electrons like to be cold, so the colder they are, as they start to warm up, they kind of get sluggish, and the solar module's voltage in those start to drop, and things slow down a little bit. So not as efficient. So the colder they are, the more efficient the system operates.
Learn something new every day. And Mark, you are going to be presenting a workshop this evening, and we are going to talk more about that after we hear from Paul Westerberg, Waiting for Somebody. Paul Westerberg and Waiting for Somebody here on 101.5. Mark Dickson is in the studio with me this morning from Simple Power, part of Kelly Brothers Painting. And Mark, we've learned a lot of things about solar power. One other question that I know a lot of people always ask about solar panels. You just mentioned the cost, how soon you can recoup it. But what about how long do they last? Once you put them up there on the roof, are they going to stay there for a while?
Yeah, as long as they stay on the roof, and that, of course, that's up to me. But we're going to make them stay up there. The solar panels themselves come with a 25-year warranty, so the manufacturer is going to guarantee them for at least that much. But we're seeing some of the original solar panels from the 60s still out there producing power, and and it's working. So it's important to keep in mind there's no engines, there's no fuel, there's no carburetors to clean, there's no spark plugs to change. So yeah, it's something that's mechanically sound. Nothing's going to happen. It's just a bunch of electrons moving around inside. So they do last. The inverters come with a 10-year warranty now, so they're going to at least last that long. If it fails before that, the companies will pay us to come out and replace them for you.
And you're a local company, so you're right here and you can come out and do it easy.
That's right. That's right.
And so I know with solar panels, we all hear it, think it's a great thing, but it's kind of like, where do we even begin? So that's why you're putting on a workshop this evening. What's happening?
Well, tonight at 6:30 at the Truckee Airport, we're holding a free seminar. We're going to have a presentation there, a slideshow. We'll have some equipment and products there for you to check out and play with. We'll also have some light refreshments. And invite everybody to come by for a free workshop. Be interactive and take all your questions. If you can't make it, just also feel free to give us a call. Happy to come out to your place and do a site evaluation. We're offering those free for the rest of the year here. So give us a call, 448-2625, and be happy to do that for you.
And what do you look for on a site evaluation? What are you checking out?
We want to, first of all, make sure it's not going to be too shaded. Obviously, we need sun. So we need to make sure it's a good lot, not too much shading there. And also just check out the layout of the system. Is it a good roof, or is there a little bit of property we can put a pole mount out on? So just take a look at it, see what it's going to cost, let the homeowner know that, and let them decide if that's the right thing to do.
And the workshop this evening, is it more for homeowners or builders or other folks?
Anybody who wants to learn about solar is invited. It'll be geared a little bit more towards the residential side, just because that's who we expect. But happy to answer any questions for any commercial or residential as well.
And why did you get involved in? I know you've been doing solar panels for quite some time. Why did you get involved with doing this with Kelly Brothers Painting?
Well, when my family decided to move out here, we got a hold of Bill Kelly, a good friend of mine who I've always kind of admired professionally and personally too. And I gave him a call, and we kind of hit it off with this idea and decided to come on out here and see what we can do together. Luckily, it's kind of in line with their values and commitments to the environment and to the community too. So it's working out well.
Well, thanks so much, Mark, for coming in of Simple Power, part of Kelly Brothers Painting. Free workshop again this evening at the Truckee Tahoe Airport.
That's right, 6:30.
We'll be there.
Right.
Mark Dickson here on 101.5. Now your Soundgarden halfway.